So before we went into this article that I want to talk about, I just thought one last thing is love addiction.
Yeah.
Do you know what that
This is a TV show?
No, and there's this new thing that's going around in Hollywood where girls.
Is that what Chris D'Elia had?
No, he had sex addiction. That's the guy.
No, love addiction.
So girls are going to counseling.
Yeah.
So like people that I know like actors and fucking Hollywood people, and they go to counseling for their love addiction.
But is it just for being a hoe out of control?
No. So love addiction is essentially you get too in love too quick.
Oh, and so they're trying to be like just less attached.
So love addiction, also known as pathological love, refers to a pattern of behavior characterized as maladaptive, and basically, you get really into a partner really quick, then you renounce the interests and behavior of other people or the negative consequences of yourself because of your love, which would be, maybe quitting your job or doing all that stuff because you're so in love.
I'm in love.
Might as well face it. She's addicted to love. But I go,
okay.
And you go, okay, listen, I get the idea of you start dating a guy and then he takes over your life because you're a manipulative person. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, these people are living in such a fucking bizarre world where they're sitting in a support group like, hi.
The funniest person is
I'm
like
Dana. I'm a love addiction.
The person who's like the therapist or whatever also knows this is total bullshit. So they both have to like pretend. Like
everyone has to pretend.
Everybody has to pretend this is bullshit. Like the love counselor has to be like, yeah, it's so tough. Try to be less in love, and then they go, I'm just so in love, and you go, okay,
I'm in love.
That's $80.
I'm just too fucking in love.
You go, hey, your credit card didn't go through for the last session.
How funny would it be? Also, it's funny being the girl, the guy that dates that girl after she just got cured of her love addiction, and he's like, hey, I was thinking we should move in together. It's like, I can't. Why? It's like, I'm an addict.
I'm an addict. I'm in recovery.
I'm in recovery. It's like, hey, you should meet my parents. Like, I'm actually, if I start, I can't even meet a friend if I meet a friend, I'll be meeting my parents in 10 days.
Slippery slope.
It's a slippery slope. I can't even look.
Addicts like me.
Addicts like me. You want me to meet your dog? Are you out of your mind?
Hey, you know I could relapse. Like
Before you know it, I'll be asking you to marry me. Like I'll relapse if I even take a look at your dog.
It's making me annoyed just talk about it.
Isn't that crazy? Like
yeah.
just and again, it's like if you boil it down, all of these things, it's kind of shit that everyone deals with. Like everyone's been, maybe moved too fast and you go,
sure, yeah.
But it's like to just make this your identity where you go, everything has to be a fucking thing.
Well, you know what it is? I think it instead of taking responsibility for doing something, you say, oh, I'm like, it's the Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah,
I'm powerless. I have a disease. I'm powerless to this disease. Therefore, none of this is my fault.
That's a good point.
I'll pay money to a counselor. They'll fix me. If they don't fix me, I paid, so I'm unfixable, but it's not my fault.
You just have to live life as a love addict.
Essentially, yeah, you go, I'm recovering love
I
addict.
Can't even take one sip of love.
And then, I relapse sometimes. And
you watch other people doing love.
You put it in your Tinder bio, you go, recovering love addict.
I can't even be around places where I can't be at a marriage. It'll, get my juices flowing again. If I go to a wedding, it's true, that's like asking a crack addict to go to a rave. You just can't get me started.
Yeah, just don't get me started.